So last weekend, Jon Stewart was interviewed by Chris Wallace on FNC. It was a feisty tussle, all about point of view. Stewart's claim, Fox News' perspective is ideologically based, following a predetermined right-wing map. As for lefty bias at other networks, that's a product of sensationalism or drugs. As for Jon's bias, he says it's purely comedic. So when he links Palin to herpes, that's coming from a funny place, not a political one. And when he dons a black accent to mock Herman Cain, that's because comics do funny voices, even funny black voices. After all, he does Obama all the time, right? Anyway, here's Wallace going after Stewart over Cain.
Here's your take on GOP presidential candidate Herman Cain.
Well, that's why I'm going to only allow small bills. 3 pages. You have time to read that one over the dinner table.
If I am president, treaties will have to fit on the back of a cereal box. From now on, the State of the Union address will be delivered in the form of a fortune cookie. I am Herman Cain, and I do not like to read.
You planning a remake of Amos and Andy?
Why don't you do you want to show me doing all the voices for all the other people that we do? Do you want to see my New York voice? My Chinese guy voice? Are you suggesting that you and I are the same? Are you suggesting that, what am I at my highest aspiration and what are you at your highest aspiration?
I think,
tell me.
Honestly, I think you want to be a political player.
You are wrong.
Now, Stewart doesn't need another person to say he's funny, but someone needs to tell him he's lying. Not to Wallace, but to himself. He is ideologically driven and pretty much admits that when he talks of the Tea Party smears.
I think that there is probably a liberal bias that exists within the media that is because of the medium in which it exists. I think that the majority of people working in it probably hold liberal viewpoints. But I don't think that they are as relentlessly activist as the conservative movement that has risen up over the last 40 years. And that movement has decided that they have been victims of a witch hunt. And to some extent, they're right. People on the right are called racist, and they're called things with an ease that I am uncomfortable with, and homophobic and all those other things. And I think that that is absolutely something that they have a real right to be angry about and to feel that they've been vilified for those things. And I've been guilty of doing some of those things myself.
Well done. But what about Stewart telling Wallace that his job is harder?
When did I say to you, I'm only a comedian? I said I'm a comedian first. That's not only. Being a comedian is harder than what you do. What I do is much harder. I put material through a process, a comedic process.
The comedic process. Sorry, I don't think Stewart knows hard. The first and only step in The Daily Show is making jokes about people the writers disagree with. Stewart knows the writers belong to a labor pool that is decidedly liberal, and the hardest thing about that pool isn't swimming in it, but getting out of it. Once you're out, goodbye applause. Finally, those who deny their own ideology most are probably lying. And so Stewart may be guilty of a sin the left often accuses the right of: false consciousness. He's unaware of his liberalism because he's soaking in it, which could explain the sports coat and T-shirt combination. And if you disagree with me, you're probably a racist.